let's be honest, because if you get a silver medal in the Olympics, then it's kind of like getting a gold medal for basketball. Who's that? I don't know. No one's gonna beat us. They shouldn't, at least. If we have our top players, no one's gonna beat us. It's not fair.
Except we lost to Argentina. Because
we decided to get young LeBron and
because we decided that basketball was gonna be just gonna be all these like one-on-one players.
Shit. Yeah,
it's like let's just get like Allen Iverson. Like
wasn't Stephon Marbury on the team? I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Steve Francis.
No, it was Steve Francis too. Oh god.
Wasn't there a time in basketball where it would just
Francis?
Clear out everyone to the corner and one-on-one?
It was gross.
Oh my god.
It was weird, like how. I look back at like that era in the early 2000s, and basketball and hip hop were gross. And
life was gross during that time. That was
it's
terrible.
Just gross. Like I look back at hip hop then, and I'm like, who thought baggy clothes was a good idea? I'm like, you know what it was? It was some very poor ass like, I can't afford anything else. I'm gonna wear these, and they're like, hey, we're all poor too. Let's all do this. And it was just a thing to just wear really baggy clothes, and it was just like, it's poor looking, and the NBA followed suit. Yeah. And they just played like that too. It's like they just played like, everybody get out of the way. I'm just gonna try to go one-on-one here. Yeah. It's like, wait, do you guys? It's like, yeah, I'm just trying to do it like Mike. I'm like, Mike didn't do it like that though. Yeah. Like, do you guys understand the concept of a team triangle, like deep, like offense, like how that ran? It's just like, nah, doing it for Michael. Like,
especially
nah.
Michael. I don't know if he always said, but I remember there was a quote of him. He was like, I never turned it up until the second half because I needed to get everyone else going. It's like he liked to score, and he still scored in the first half, but he would like try to get Bill Wellington involved and get Rodman a few points, get their shots going, and then he would turn that shit up in the second half.
Yeah, because nobody was going to take the ball away from him at that point too. But like, oh yeah, like the early 2000s, it's gross.
Like, do you remember Jaquan, Chingy?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Do you remember? No, you remember? I'm like the only person. Marcus
Houston.
I'm the only person that remembers this guy. No, these guys. What was it?
Them Franchise Boys?
Them Franchise Boys was my favorite. But the Young Gunners. Do you remember the Young Gunners?
I think I did. They just brought up the Young Gunners. Those are one of the worst groups, man. It was a bad time for hip-hop.
They were D4L.
Oh my god, Laffy Taffy?
Laffy Taffy, yeah.
Did you know what that song was about?
You know what was it was about asses, I guess.
No.
What did it mean?
I think I went back and I read an article, and it's like about... Like,
don't say.
It's about like just the way like the clitoris sort of looks.
I knew it.
And it's like the most disgusting
I just realized it today in 2016.
It's just like the way it looks.
Oh my god.
It's disgusting.
Oh right, because pussy popping was a thing back then.
Yeah.
Remember
pussy
that?
Popping.
Because I don't know if it was Little John, but he made that popular.
Yeah, it's just
and
disgusting.
The Yang Twins.
Oh my god, they're the worst rap group of all time.
No. Speaking of worst, do you remember
Method Man and Redman had a TV show.
They did, but I love Method Man.
Yeah, but like
I don't
need
know
a TV
anything
show.
about Redman. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. No. What was the dude? Mims?
Oh my god.
This is why I'm hot.
Then there was like, this is why I'm cold. Not to be followed up by this is why I'm fat.
Remember parodies was a famous thing?
Yeah.
That was trash. No, I can't watch a parody video. Those are lame. Those are so lame. That was like the coolest thing.
There was also God, there was just like all these really weird, like every group. There was like always a new rapper, and they always have to have like all this bling, and it's like
in baggy ass clothes.
And then Paul Wall, that was the thing too.
I love Paul Wall though.
Nah, well, we didn't need like
Houston,
all
Texas.
The grills. I didn't need grills in my life.
Grills is
that was one of the worst things I think ever happened to hip hop.
Yeah, no, but T.I. came out of that era ish.
Yeah, then he went to jail. He just couldn't stay out of jail.
No, there was. I know there was a good rap artist that came out of that was pretty good. Through all that.
I mean, I guess
trash.
Kanye made it out.
Kanye was part of the years, but he wasn't even close to that scene. But there was a rapper. I'm not.
Yeah, that's why Kanye was the weird one because he dressed normally.
Yeah, and he was.
Then I guess for what it was now.
And his songs had some meaning.
Yeah,
and his lyrics are just great, but. Even though he probably didn't write those lyrics, which is cool. I don't give a shit.
It's okay. That's not what he's known for.
That's fine. I find it really, really weird that a lot of people don't realize that he didn't write. He probably wrote maybe one song in College Dropout. Like, look at what he is today. He's been like consistent these last like 5 years. Like it's Consequence. Well, Consequence. I don't know if you know Consequence. He's a legendary 90s. He was part of a Tribe Called Quest, and he said he's a ghostwriter. And him and Kanye West were best friends. Like, best friends. And all up until somewhere in graduation or a little bit after graduation, they stopped being friends, and then you could see how the lyrics started. Like, 808s and Heartbreaks was completely different. Like, no way Consequence wrote that. It was just weird.
It was weird. Greatest album of all time.
Yeah, and like, you can see like the deterioration of the lyrics, which is fine. I still love Kanye's music, but like, it was so different. It's like people are like, oh, bring the old Kanye back. That Kanye can't come back because he's not friends with Consequence. Late Registration and College Dropout, that's Consequence. There's Consequence in the album. It says his name, and he wrote a song, I'm Gone.
Okay.
And Late Registration. Yeah. He's in that song. He's fantastic. He's probably got the best verse in it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I love Kanye, but
sometimes, like, I like to think that, like, it's sort of like when people are like, oh, we need to bring back 90s rap. And I think we talked about it. It's like, you can't bring it back.
No.
Nobody's going to listen to that. No. It's never going to sell anymore.
You can't go backwards in music.
So
you can't go backwards in life. You can't go backwards in music.
Yeah, it's sort of like the whole thing with, like, the NBA, too. Like, circling back. It's like, everybody wants to go back to that era. It's like, nobody plays like that. Like, the best era was, like, the team era. Like, that's the one that's, like, sustainable. But, like, this one-on-one shit that happened almost ruined basketball. I think it turned off a lot of people off basketball.
I didn't like basketball at the time at all.
Like, I struggled through the 03, like, Bulls. Like, that's when I became a fan. Like, I can't say I was, like, a fan during the 90s because, like, I just watched because I didn't know anything else. But, like, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to watch this team in 03 when we drafted Kirk Heinrich, and I had to be excited about it.
Connection, segue, though, what we're talking about, and kind of what you touched on, with evolving and not looking backwards. Like, people want the hand checking, and people want to stop the threes.
The toughness.
And they want the toughness back, and they want all... Don't go backwards, you gotta keep going
forward.
Nobody
would watch that.
No, why would I watch that?
If I saw a game...
It's stupid.
When I see games that are not over 80 points in the third quarter, I turn it off.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I know how this is gonna go.
That's a garbage game.
Like, I'm not like, oh, let me look at the stats. 1 for 15 from 3 as a team. Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't need to see this.
15 2-point shots in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
no,
like,
I don't want to watch that.
More mid-range jumpers from Pau Gasol. Oh, it's so exciting.
Carmelo's post-up.
Give me that Carmelo ISO.
Out. Yeah,
give me
Carmelo,
the Jimmy Butler ISO. Yeah, let me see this again.
I need to see Tony Allen shut down defense. No.
Oh my god, it's the worst games of all time. Like, I don't need to see that.
My favorite defense of all time is LeBron backboard, running 90 feet across the court. That's the best defense.
So it's just so ridiculous. I think that, like, that's what kind of makes me nervous about LeBron. It's like he's gotten lazy, and that's just scary.
I don't understand why people are mad at that. Everyone gets lazy at 30.
Yeah,
everyone in the history of basketball.
It's kind of weird. It's like, oh man, like Cleveland. If I was a Cleveland fan, I'd be salty, because I never got peak LeBron. Miami got peak LeBron. Miami got the 4 best years of LeBron's career because he was so engaged and he was so focused. Like, at every end of the floor. Like, there's never going to be a better LeBron at that point. Like, at this point, all you're just getting is, like, back-end LeBron, which is still, like, still the best player in the league. But it's just, like, didn't have that. Like, I'd be so salty still. That's kind of how I feel about Derrick Rose. It's like, oh, man, like, I just missed out on all his prime.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm just not going to get that. Like, I still think he's going to be a fine player. Like, he's never going to be what he could have been where I saw him at his peak. But it's like... That's what Cleveland had. They had, like, that 1 year, that one peak. And then it was sort of like, oh, I'm out of here.
I think they had 2 years of peak.
Okay.
Because my junior year, I remember when I went to go see him.
When he crushed the Pistons?
No, against Milwaukee. And he dropped 55. It was a regular season game. And it was the best school trip of all time. And then my senior year, I remember he was fantastic. And then he gave up against the Celtics. But besides that, and I thought he only had one... No, I would say his first year in Miami was... Yeah, no, his first year in Miami was pretty amazing. But the second year in Miami was probably the most prime LeBron because it was so efficient.
I don't know if anybody beats that team. Like, I would put that team, like, one of the top teams, like, in the last, 15 years. They were so good.
But it's just because Wade was always hurt. And Bosh
But Wade was still healthy then. Like second year Wade was still, like, wasn't missing 30 games in the season.
Okay, but he missed some games in the playoffs.
Didn't matter. That's how good
LeBron I know. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, of course.
LeBron was just so good. It was just like, oh, it's okay. We don't need you at this point.
Remember what...
And then Sam Badier was just like, oh, by the way, I'm just going to make the most threes ever made in my life. I haven't been relevant since, like, I was at Duke, but I'm just going to show up now.
Yeah.
I hate that guy. I've never hated a player more in my life.
Why? Wait, you didn't like Miami?
I hated Miami. How could I cheer for them? Like they ended the bowl season every year, and they went to every single time that Miami ended the bowl season, they went to the finals.